Congressional approval is not necessary to put up a ballroom. And with many things have been built on the site, they've never gotten congressional approval. And especially when the money is all put up. This is all donations by people that love our country, that love the White House, and that feel it was very necessary.
A federal judge has now slammed the brakes on President Trump's $400 million White House ballroom project, raising some questions about separation of powers, private donors, and just how far a president can go in remaking the People's House.
On that note, let's bring in our senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, guys. Pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, it's definitely a pleasure. And what was your take with regard to this judge's ruling and what President Trump is saying, hey, it's privately funded, so why does it need to go through Congress?
I honestly thought it was going to go the other way until I discovered, and I didn't discover it, the judge did, or whoever does the judge's research, a federal statute enacted by Congress in the Harry Truman era, which prohibits changing the exterior of the property, not just the White House itself, without congressional approval. When FDR died and President and Mrs. Truman moved into the White House, Harry discovered a lot of structural problems which weren't apparent in the Roosevelt years. They lived across the street in the Blair House for a year and a half while the White House was gutted and restructured. That project, of course, was paid for and authorized by Congress. And in that statute, the Congress said the exterior may not be changed without authorization from the Congress. So that's the hook on which the judge in this case, Richard Leon, an appointee of former President George H.W. Bush, that's the hook on which Judge Leon hung his hat. He was astute enough to delay his ruling for 2 weeks to give the president and the Department of Justice time to file an appeal. I don't know which way the appeal is going to go in light of that statute. So the president is concerned about money, and he did an extraordinarily generous thing by having this funded by outside sources. Money is not the issue. Congressional permission, according to Judge Leon, is the issue.
Well, Judge, today is a big day for President Trump as it relates to SCOTUS. He is actually going to be attending Supreme Court oral arguments today in the birthright citizenship case. This is fairly unprecedented, is it not, that a president is actually sitting to hear oral arguments?
You know, it might be totally unprecedented. Okay. I don't know if it ever happened before. Richard Nixon argued a case before the Supreme Court as a private lawyer after he had left the vice presidency and before he was elected president. But I don't know that a sitting president has ever come to a Supreme Court oral argument in which the president himself is the named appellant. This case is called Trump versus Barbara. Barbara is the last name of the person who challenged. Barbara and her fellow challengers, one at the district court and district courts, there are 4 of them, and one at the appeals court. Now the president is seeking to have that reversed. I'm looking for the questions from 2 justices. It'll give us an indication almost immediately of which way the case is going to go. The Chief Justice and Justice Gorsuch, if they aggressively pepper the lawyer for the government, then I think the president is going to lose and the traditional understanding of the 14th Amendment will be upheld. If they don't aggressively pepper the lawyer for the president, or if they aggressively pepper the lawyer for the Barbara plaintiffs, then the president stands a good chance.
Interesting.
I wish we had more time, but we have to leave it there because I wanted to get your opinion on SCOTUS's ruling against conversion therapy.
It's a fascinating case. We can do it tomorrow, John.
Totally.
We have more.
So that means you have to come back.
You know my office is right around the corner.
All right.
Exactly. Breakfast is on me. Judge Napolitano, thank you so much.
Pleasure,
Appreciate
guys.
It.
Great to see you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.